Hi everyone, it's Rob Watson, the module leader for TECH1502 Introduction to Community Media. And this is the 14th summary for the 14th lecture. And I'll just cover the key topics that we're going to think about and talk and discuss in the lecture this week, which is about music expression and identity. And I kind of want to look at some background issues about how we form communities of interest through and with music. That's basically the gist of it. I've made some the PowerPoint presentations. There's clips and images in the in the PowerPoint, so I don't share the PowerPoint, but I have created the notes and they're available up on the DMU Commons wiki, so you can download these and read them in advance. The main issues that we're going to look at is really the idea of kind of how we form identity, and kind of one of the big key issues that we've discussed in the last couple of weeks is the idea of participation and how important participation is for forms of community media. But it also means that we, in participating, we gain a sense of identity, and we gain that identity in relation to our friends, our peer network, our families, our communities. And our identity is kind of acted out, if you like. And music is a really interesting and purposeful and well-established vehicle or medium in which our identity as an individuals and our identity as a social unit, as a community, is practiced and emerges. So we'll look at some ideas about the way that subcultural identity is formed in terms of distinct forms of cultural identity, and the way that music, if you like, enables us or helps us to play certain roles within that community. And it also gives us a sense of opening up some space, and it empowers people to speak. Saying things through music and to a music-based audience is quite a powerful way of articulating ideas and expressions and opposition, and kind of addressing issues of what's called voice poverty. So we'll look at some examples to do with community media, about how they represent and can be thought about to manage music in different ways. And we'll look at the idea of kind of social capital and social trust, because tight-knit music-based communities are places where there's kind of quite a high level of emphasis that's placed on trust and on certain forms of social capital. And I'll explain what the concept of social capital is based around. But of course, most of this falls back on a sense of face-to-face interaction. So things like community choirs, community groups that prefigure kind of dance or music, or kind of people getting together and forming ukulele orchestras, whatever it is, are very important. And it gives us a way of managing knowledge as part of a community, and it also gives us a way to manage our relationships. So this is based on a very kind of an approach to community engagement, which is highly creative, and we should look for examples where, say, as I've just said, kind of a ukulele orchestra or a choir or turntablism, mixing, DJ mixing. They open up our opportunities to explore cultural expression in a way that isn't fixed and bound by kind of people's preconceptions. It's actually about discovery and exploration. So it's a powerful way of thinking about fostering our identities, fostering our capabilities, fostering our interactions. And it reduces the opportunity for people to just resort to factions and to kind of be parceled up into segmented forms of a society, but which don't have any interaction and which don't have any kind of connections with each other. So it's kind of issues that we can draw on from the kind of way that community music is articulated, which really help us to kind of reciprocate with each other and are a very powerful and useful tool for learning about each other. So at the heart of community development is a sense that there's a kind of strategic knowledge that's being played out. And it's a process that nurtures a sense of community, and people often find, particularly in the kind of harsh, industrialized, kind of information management, information overload kind of society we've become, music as a way to nurture a sense of community and identity. So we'll look at this in some detail. I'll play some clips and things like that. There's some reading associated with this, and there's let's just bring it up. There's a an article which is online about called Regions and Place, Music Identity and Place, which is about human geography. And I'm just trying to look at who it's by, Ray Hudson. So there's a link on the wiki for that article. I've not placed any viewing yet. I'll try and get a chance to do that at some point today, based on some stuff I've been watching over the last couple of weeks. Maybe we look at the Last Shop Standing and the Record Shop. That's a good example. I'll see if I can find that, and I'll put a link onto the wiki in a moment. So all the stuff, this will all be up on the wiki, and the notes are there, and I'll see you at the lecture on Tuesday morning. Take care.